In this video, we explore the How does affordability change with water usage tab. The data shown in this tab reflects the choices made in the map. In this example, we have selected all states, all sizes, and all ownership types. The volume of water does not affect this tab since we are comparing all volumes of water. Based on this selection, we have 1,800 utilities. No utility needs to be selected for this tab. The How does affordability change with water usage tab summarizes the percent of utilities that fall into different categories of affordability at different volumes of water usage. We look at the burden level, minimum wage hours, poverty prevalence, median income, and low income burden. You can click an icon in the gray bar to go to the chart of interest. In each of these bar charts, the x-axis is the volume of water used in a month from 0 gallons to 16,000 gallons. The y-axis is the percent of utilities based on your selection above that falls into each category. In the affordability burden chart, we see the percent of utilities classified as from low to very high burden. The colors in this chart match the affordability colors on the map. If you put your mouse over the chart, you will see text to help you interpret the chart. For example, at 4,000 gallons, 2% of utilities are classified with a very high burden, while 21% have a low burden. In the next row of charts, we have the minimum wage hours and poverty prevalence metrics. The poverty prevalence metric on the right does not change with water volume. It is based solely on the income of those living in the service area of the utility. The minimum wage chart and the median income and low income charts are classified in terms of the days of labor spent paying for water services at each volume. Minimum wage earners tend to have less income than the low income households, represented as the 20th percentile. Meaning if you have 100 houses ordered from 0 being the lowest income to 100 being the highest income, this is the income of the 20th house in that line. Similarly, the median would be the income of the 50th house in that line. For minimum wage earners, we see that at 4,000 gallons, roughly 6% of utilities serve minimum wage earners spending less than a day of labor to pay for water services, while 15.5% serve minimum wage earners spending more than 3 days of labor. At 6,000 gallons, 35% of utilities serve minimum wage earners spending more than 3 days of labor, and by 12,000 gallons, that number increases to 65.5%. For low-income households, almost 66% of utilities serve a community where a day or less of labor is needed to pay for water services at 4,000 gallons. At 6,000 gallons, that number decreases to 53% of utilities, and by 12,000 gallons, 28% of utilities require less than a day of labor for low-income households. For the median household income, 99% of utilities serve a community where less than a day of labor is needed to pay for water services at 4,000 gallons. Median households do not spend more than 3 days of labor to pay for water services at any utility until more than 10,000 gallons are used. If you change the selection in the map above, you will notice the charts change. Let's pick large system in California. Now we are looking at 114 utilities. California had a higher minimum wage at $12 an hour in 2019. You can see the effect in the charts most clearly when looking at the minimum wage chart. Here we can see that minimum wage earners in 24% of large utilities in California spend less than a day of labor at 4,000 gallons, compared to 6% when looking at all utilities. We hope this video was helpful to get the most out of the How does affordability change with water usage tab. Remember, you can scroll over the charts to see text helping with interpretation. Thank you for your time.